Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. I'm Dave the Maverick Beekeeper. So I'm just going to basically over narrate this, and it's our first inspection of the Queen Elizabeth Hive, which the date you can see 31st of May at 14:30, and it's 21 degrees and sunny. So we safely got back from North Wales with the nucleus. There was minimal losses. There was just a few dead bees, not many, so that was great. So as you can see from here, today our aim is to make sure that the brood is increasing, that there's no disease, and finding the queen wasn't necessary this time, because on the installation from the previous video, as you know, we found the queen, so that's great. We're now in a June gap, and so I'm feeding quite a bit at the moment to bring them on, to get them to draw comb, but the clover is coming, as you can see, so that's good news. They are doing well, they're nice and healthy. So what we're looking for here is, as I said, basically is to make sure that they're healthy, in good shape. One thing I did notice was 7 days later, even after going into the hive, there were still 6 frames which were not drawn, so it kind of stumped me. The feeding regime that I was using at the time was the poly ash forth feeder. What I found from this is that it wasn't large enough, and also the bees couldn't locate it, even though I put 1:1 sugar syrup in there, and I actually drizzled some of it down the frame so that they would actually find the trail, but they didn't. So I thought, okay, I gave it a couple of days and they still hadn't taken much syrup, so I decided to change feeder systems, but I'll go on to that later. So from the inspection, we've been looking, there's plenty of brood, there's also brood in all stages, and they're nice and healthy. The brood is good, swimming in brood food, so there's plenty as far as that's concerned, so the syrup feeding is working. We have had lots of pollen coming in to the hive, which is good news. So as you can see from here, the end foundation has not been drawn, and that's due to the feeder system that I had on before. As I said, the poly ash forth, which didn't work for this size of colony. It was a small colony. Okay, so we're just tidying the frames up now, making sure they're up close and butted up to each other. We're trying not to roll any bees at this stage. What is remarkable is the fact that they are so calm. I'm using little or no smoke at all, so they've got great genetics, which is what we want, especially for my back garden. The last thing I want is neighbours complaining that they're being stung. But these ladies are really docile, which is great. So we're just putting the last of the frames in. I've taken a few photographs here as well, and they are in good health and thriving, which is brilliant. So we're just inserting the last frame, and now we're going to look at the feeder system again. And this video is actually incorrect. You'll see in a moment it'll come up with some pictures of the new feeder, which is the licensed feeder, not the one you can see here. I changed it out recently, but I couldn't do it because obviously the video was already produced. So we're just placing it on, and we're going to top up the feeder. Again, as before, the feeder was adequate until the license arrived, but that's what I decided to go with in the interim. So as you can see, there are a few bees in the feeder. That wasn't from taking the feeder off, that was me leaving the syrup exposed, so I've lost a couple of bees. Live and learn. So I'm just topping the square feeder up, so it's 1:1 syrup, just to get them into that mode of drawing all the foundation comb. Okay, so as I've said, I had to give up the poly ash forth, and as you can see here, I've got the license, which is 2.5 litre capacity, and it seems to be more bee friendly. and it also fits the Abello hive perfectly. Okay, so that's pretty much it. So what we're going to do now is just close her up, and thanks for watching. Just a reminder, I lost my previous channel, so if you'd like to subscribe again, that would be great, and I will see you again very soon. Cheerio.